So let's tell ourselves the truth, right? I think one of the major reasons we constantly are bogged down by anxiety and we're experiencing heightened levels of stress, right? Chronic stress, is because we still have not come to terms with the fact that life is fluid. All right. The fact that everything about us is fluid, um, and that there are factors outside of us, right, that play a significant role in what happens to us and in what we experience, right? So our refusal to come to terms with that reality, with that fact, that life ebbs and flows, okay, and it's subject to factors outside us. Our inability to come to terms with that is what creates these situations that we're in, where when life does decide to do its thing, right, when life begins to life, we are thrown off course, right? And some of us begin to act in ways that are not favorable to our well-being, right? We lash out, we become angry, we become sad. Some of us become quite pitiful, right? We sing pitiful songs, we tell pitiful tales, we become very judgmental and very self-deprecating. Some of us isolate ourselves, right? And tell ourselves that, okay, we deserve whatever it is that we're getting. These are the things that come up when people do not understand what life is all about. The truth is, when you do understand that life in itself is not fixed, is not static, it is not cast in stone, you would live a more enjoyable life, right? A life that is more appreciative of the things that you have and the things that you see, and a life that is more curious and more determined when certain things that go against what you desire begin to show up in your life, okay? As you are entering 2026, I always tell people, like, you shouldn't wait till a new year before you reflect on your life and before you begin to put things in place to make the changes that are required, for you to attain whatever it is you want to attain. But I mean, because the whole world gravitates towards the new year in terms of new year resolutions, in terms of new year's goal settings and vision boards and all that. So I just decided to do this again and remind you all that as you're entering 2026, remember, you can write all the vision boards that you want. You can draw up all the goals that you want, right? You can resolute your life away. But nobody ever truly knows what's going to happen tomorrow. You don't know. So you've got to give yourself grace. You've got to give yourself that allowance that it is very possible that life will turn out differently for you. So it's not about proclaiming doom. It's about appreciating life and admitting to yourself your humanity, okay? And the fact that there are certain things that are beyond your control. So make all the plans that you want. Get up excited about life, right? Be the best version of you every day that you can be. But always remember that there are factors outside you that you can't control that would eventually come to play. The prayer now should be that when these things do happen, that you get to have the resources, the wherewithal, the capacity to cope or deal with whatever situations that come your way. And for you to be able to do that, it means you need to focus. Again, remember I talked about capacity. You need to focus on building capacity. When we say that you're saving things for the rainy season, right? It's the same thing. You're building capacity not because you know what's going to happen, not because you are anticipating or you want what's going to happen, but because you're preparing yourself ahead of time so that no matter what comes your way, you are ready for it. It could be mental capacity, it could be physical capacity, it could be social capacity, it could be financial capacity, it could even be spiritual capacity. Whatever capacity you think that you are lacking in right now that you need to focus on, that should be your focus. But always have at the back of your mind that anything can happen, and when it does happen, don't go about witch hunting, right? Don't go about looking for haters, okay? Sit down with your own reality and ask yourself deep questions. What happened? What didn't happen? What did I do? What didn't I do? What should I have done? What should I have said, right? And then put things in motion, right, to avert or mitigate the effects of whatever it is that has happened. All right, so I hope this has helped you. Compliments of the season.